Jackson Smith-Njigba is the highest paid wide receiver. Wildest contract ever. Let's jump into it and get started. Welcome, everybody, to Top Dog Coverage. It's your boy Dirty with your boy C-Dub, and we are here to discuss some more updates, some more news. Free agency has not left the building just yet. It is probably in the second or third wave. I would say second, still second. C-Dub?
I think we're past the second. I think it's more of just stragglers at this point. It's third to closing act, if you will.
Fair enough. But there's always something to talk about, and Seahawks decided to make a big move, and we have a lot of different other news we'd like to catch you guys up on to make sure that you guys have some of the most updated news for the NFL and such. So make sure that you guys follow us at Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Swipe up on Apple. Hit the 5 stars on Spotify and leave those comments for us. Go to topdogcoverage.com, vote for your favorite team, and we will get all of those analytics to us and email us at topdogcoverage@gmail.com to get read on the show. C-Dub, what do you think about all this after second wave-ish news? So how does it make you feel? Is some stuff still happening, still rocking and rolling?
A little bit. You just got super blurry, so
yeah. Hold on.
I don't know what happened there. It's I know I got a new prescription on my glasses, but dang, I was tripping.
I started seeing what you were seeing for a second.
I was a little nerve-wracking, but I just think you have a lot of teams that are trying to patchwork their holes, or make that way they don't have as many needs going into the draft, and there's still quite a few talented guys out there, a lot of names out there right now, so slowly trickling in. I don't think these signings really have much effect on the compensation formula at this point. So
yeah. Well, with that said, let's jump into it and give the audience
before we jump into the news.
Well, when you do this, I always take this very serious. You always have some some knockout information.
No, something like that. Something like that. I just wanted to give a shout out to our good friend Dennis Lumpkin, who got a call and has an interview. Was today, which I need to follow up with him on, for a school in it's an NARA school in Iowa, for a coaching position. So he had a Zoom set up with the head coach today. So shouts out to Dennis Lumpkin on a potential coaching opportunity. So.
Yeah, Dennis is one of the many people that we've met down at the Combine. A lot of our relationships started at the Combine, and he is one of those people. He has been through a lot of trenches trying to get a coaching job. So shout outs to Dennis, and always a pleasure to see him climb the ladder. So
absolutely, and one of the rare individuals who in Indy is went through the scouting and all that stuff, but wanted to be a coach. That's been his dream. That's been his goal since day one. And, he's been attacking it each year, and slowly but surely he's getting there. So shouts out to Dennis.
And that should be something that people should pay attention to, is the fact that people don't give up. Doesn't matter.
Pursuit of your goals and dreams.
It does not matter the age. It doesn't matter. It only matters by the passion you have and the drive that you give. So keep on thriving. If you want something, go get it. Don't let other people tell you can't.
Yeah, if they tell you can't, do it twice and show them that you meant
it. Lap them. All right. With that, I mean, that is big news, actually. It is. So, shout outs to Dennis Lumpkin. That is the first news, which that's a great first news breaker right there.
Yeah, it had to be a little personal news, someone that's close to the show. So now you can go into your transition, music and news. I just had to get that out there.
Fair enough, sir. He got the applaud button, which is always good. So fair enough.
Yeah.
Time for the other news, baby. All right, the news is brought to you by north-hall.com. If you guys want some hot sauce and some mead, some capital MEAD, some honey wine, go to north-hall.com, a proud sponsor of the show. You want to start us off, C-Dub? We got some big news. Some other big news.
Yeah, I mean, let's go to the reigning Super Bowl champions, where we have details on JSN's record-breaking extension. So, excuse me, the Seahawks didn't waste time extending their star wide receiver as the organization inked Jackson Smith and Jigba to a record-breaking contract the morning of March 23rd. We learned that the 4-year, $168.6 million deal would reset the position's at average annual value of $42.15 million and guarantees of $120 million. Thanks to Mike Florio of ProFootballTalk.com, we've got more details on the contract. So the receiver will earn modest base salaries in both 2026 of $1.25 million and 2027 of $1.53 million, before seeing a significant jump in 2028 to $18.83 million. That number will increase to $19.9 million in 2029, $32.2 million in 2030, and $37.7 million in 2031. So the 2028 and 2029 base salaries are guaranteed. Sorry. That was a good time. That was great.
We got loud sneezers over here, Bob. We got loud sneezers. Sorry.
It's fine. It's cool. The 2028 and 2029 base salaries are guaranteed for injury at signing, and they'll become fully guaranteed on the 5th day of their respective years. Wow, waiver period.
Yeah, we shift foundations over here, buddy. Okay,
hey, I love it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, JSN, man, just making history, and he absolutely it's deservable. We all knew what he brought to the table when he was drafted, and he's been showing that.
So he is third behind Jefferson and Jamar Chase on like guarantees at signing. So he came at 69.13 million. Jefferson got 88.7 and Jamar Chase got 73.9 million at signing. So
right. If we look at the top 10 right now, it is JSN, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb, DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brandon Ayuk, and Terry McLaurin, and then right outside T. Higgins, and now Alec Pierce, who snuck his way up in there. So I know that's like 12 or 13, but and ages are, 31 is Terry McLaurin is the oldest, but JSN is 24, Chase is 26, Jefferson is 27, along with CD Lamb 27. Metcalf is 29, Garrett Wilson 26, AJ Brown 29, Amon-Ra St. Brown 27, Ayuk is 28, Higgins 27, Alec Pierce 26. So good company, right? I mean, very, very good company, very good wide receivers in that bunch.
Yeah, and just one last little bit of information on this. There have only been 4 first-round receivers in the 5th-year option era that have signed post-year 3 extensions. So kind of an interesting tidbit there.
Yeah, that is. That definitely is. Yeah, I think he's going to do wonders for that team in the long run. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna stay in that division. Actually, I'm gonna go to San Francisco, where the 49ers are signing offensive lineman Robert Jones. So Robert Jones' comeback season will take place in San Francisco. The veteran offensive lineman is signing to the 49ers, according to Tom Pelissero. The 27-year-old met with the 49ers earlier in the week. So Jones joined the Cowboys last offseason, suffered a scary injury during training camp when he broke a bone in his neck. The injury ultimately landed the guard on season-ending injured reserve. The former UDFA out of Middle Tennessee spent the first 4 seasons of his career in Miami. He played his way into a larger role during his time with the Dolphins, culminating a 2024 campaign where he started all 17 games. While Pro Football Focus was never particularly fond of his blocking skills, his ability to play both tackle and guard made him a very useful piece. Jones inked a one-year, $4.75 million deal with the Cowboys last season, and he was expected to be in the mix to replace right guard Zach Martin. Instead, though, he suffered a broken bone in his neck during a late August practice. While there was intentional hope for a 2 to 3 month recovery and a stint on a short-term IR, the Cowboys instead opted to sit him out for the entire 2025 campaign. So, looks like he's getting a, second try here, or third try, I should say. And I think it's a good offense. Good offense to be in, especially
for sure.
Versatility, playing guard and tackle. That's exactly what Shanahan looks for over there. So,
yeah, and you need some of that offensive line depth and stability. Keep Brock Purdy upright for give them a fighting chance this year. So, all right, I'm gonna go back to Seattle, where the Seahawks have matched Jaguars' offer sheet for receiver Jake Bobo. So last week, Seahawks receiver Jake Bobo signed an offer sheet with the Jaguars. He will not be on the move this offseason, however. Seattle has matched the Bobo offer sheet. ESPN's Field Yates reports the restricted free agent inked a 2-year deal with the Jags as part of their efforts to acquire him. The contract included $4.5 million in guarantees, a figure Bobo will now collect without changing teams. This agreement also includes a $1.75 million signing bonus and a maximum value of $7 million. Tom Pelissero of NFL Network adds. So the offer's base value checks in at 2 years and $5.5 million. Of that amount, $3.25 million is due in year one. Teams regularly front-load offer sheets to make them more difficult to match, but this low-cost figure did not prove to deter the defending Super Bowl champions. The offer sheet will allow the Seahawks to drop Bobo's cap number from $3.52 million to $1.22 million.
All righty. That says a lot about a team trying to keep a player. Usually it doesn't happen too often where somebody offers them something and they're like, hey, you know what? This is exactly why you are that type of, that kind of contract, restricted, right? And it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And obviously the Seattle Seahawks see something in Bobo that they like and they want to retain. So,
yeah, and I mean, that just goes like, obviously they lost Clint Kubiak to the Raiders. He went off to be the head coach there, but you at least keep the receiving core intact, where Sam Darnold had his magical season with the re-signing of Rashid Shaheed, JSN contract extension. You're keeping Jake Bobo. You still have Cooper Kupp around, so at least keep his receiver core intact.
There. Yeah, absolutely. I am going to go. Hold on.
See you.
Bye. No, this whole thing kind of messed up on me, but what I will do is I'm going to head up to, you did the Bobo. Bobo sounds like a dance. You did the Bobo. So, but I will go to the Falcons, where the Falcons made 2 signings here. So the Falcons are continuing to reshape their quarterback depth chart. Another veteran has been lined up, quarterback Trevor Siemian. So Atlanta agreed to terms with Siemian on Tuesday. According to Jeremy Fowler, he will offer depth behind Michael Penix Jr. and free agent Tua Tagovailoa. The 2 Southpaws are set to compete for the starting gig this offseason. Whichever of Penix or Tua loses out will no doubt be tasked with handling QB2 duties. Penix continues to recover from the partial ACL tear, though he could remain sidelined for a notable stretch of the offseason. As a result, Atlanta will take a look at Siemian as a veteran who can handle reps through the spring and into the training camp. So I think Siemian is a solid number 3. You know what I mean? They got 2 left-handers over there, and it's, I think that's a pretty stand-up quarterback room right there. That's not terrible at all. I'll give that to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he gives you a veteran presence back there, but their quarterback room as a whole is, I
mean, for your backup,
it wouldn't be much exciting. I mean, you got Penix and Tua. I mean, that doesn't bring joy to my heart if I was a Falcons fan.
Yeah. I mean, it's the best you're going to get at this point. You let go of Kirk Cousins,
Yeah.
which I still don't understand that, but regardless. I do, but I don't. It's just the money thing to me. But
Yeah, money grows on trees, bro. There's
apparently,
always money in the banana stand.
there it is. There it is. Been waiting to hear it for months. I haven't heard it for months, and you brought it back to me. Thank you.
Always.
I will stay down there in Atlanta where the Tyler Algier train left for Atlanta for Arizona on day one of free agency. So the Falcons look to land their replacement in Brian Robinson and is expected and has signed with the team. The former Commander starter who spent last season as Christian McCaffrey's backup looks to set up in Algier's former Bijan Robinson complementary role. Brian Robinson agreed to a 1 year, $2.5 million deal, according to Ian Rappaport, and a move that will undoubtedly open the door to some auction draft fantasy realm. Atlanta assembling a 2 Robinson backfield will pair 2 3-year starters together. So Brian Robinson operated as a Commander's primary running back 2022 to 2024, finishing that run as a primary ball carrier for Washington's NFC Championship game qualifying edition. So the Commanders, however, traded the former third round pick to the 49ers for a 6th rounder in August of last year. So couple moves over there down in the dirty South. So
yeah, more depth at running back. And just make sure you focus on the details when you're doing your fantasy drafts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure you take the right one. So
yeah.
Let's keep it in the South where we have some really big Buccaneers news.
Mm-hmm.
So some big news coming out of Tampa there. The Buccaneers have signed 2 free agent linebackers and another Levante David contract is not forthcoming. So the stalwart Tampa Bay defender is set to retire after 14 seasons. So Levante will retire as a career-long Buccaneer and one of the greatest players in franchise history. He joins Mike Evans in leading the team this offseason, representing a sea change for a Buck squad that has relied on those longtime anchors in a franchise turnaround. And this is coming directly from Levante David via Sports Illustrated's Matt Verdami. So when it's time, when you know, you know. I always wanted to be a guy who wanted to retire on my own terms. Right now is a perfect opportunity for that. For me, man, 14 years is enough. I'm comfortable with my decision. I'm satisfied with my career. When I first got into the league, I never, ever in a million years expected to play 14 years at a high level for the same organization. I think it's time that I hang it up and let the next generation of players come in and take over the game. So David's 14-year tenure matches Derek Brooks for longevity in Tampa. Like Brooks, David was present as a star off-ball linebacker for a Super Bowl win. The Bucs had fallen far from their early 2000s apex by the time David arrived in 2012. The off-ball linebacker joined Evans, Tom Brady, and company in catalyzing a return, snapping a 12-season playoff drought with a Super Bowl LV triumph in Tampa. So he played in 215 games, and he only trails Derek Brooks and Rondé Barber for most in franchise history.
Hell of a player, dude. That dude.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I have been in classes with Mark Dominic, who drafted him. And that, look, one of the
58th overall.
Man, that's a bargain for how he played.
Oh, yeah.
Man. I mean, that you're talking what, 4th rounder?
That's 2nd round.
88th?
58th.
Oh, 58th. I thought, okay.
58th.
Still a bargain. I mean, my man, all over the place, dude. There were times I had him in fantasy and IDPs, dude.
Yeah.
He was racking up tackles every single game. He was giving me a good 5 to 9 points a game, you know?
Yeah, and he was just so versatile. I mean, he played in 4-3, 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he played everything, 3-time All-Pro. Levante David was a franchise staple. Great career. I'm glad that he's sunsetting off to retirement. Don't have to deal with him anymore. So
yeah, that's got to be a little. I mean, in my opinion, I think that kind of points to them maybe getting somebody like Sonny Styles at that pick if he's still there.
They'd have to move. They'd have to move up to get him. I don't know if he's going to last into the, high teens there.
He might. I don't know. I think a lot of these players. I still think. Look, I'll make 2 bold claims here. I think Ty Simpson goes into the 2nd round, and I also think Sadiq makes it out of the top 10. That's why
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
bold
I feel like
claims.
the Sadiq one is more realistic at this point because I just he blew up the combine, but when you try to fit those puzzle pieces in,
Hmm.
there's not really a piece that fits within that top 10 unless he goes at 10 to the Chiefs or something like that. But
Maybe.
I don't know. This
Yeah.
this draft's going to be kind of interesting with all the moving parts. So,
Yeah, I
but
think
shouts out
I'll,
to Levante David for sure.
yeah, shout outs to him. And I'll have one more piece of news where the Bengals are to re-sign Joe Flacco. So Joe Flacco is on the track to play a 19th season. The Bengals are bringing him back as Joe Burrow's backup. The 41-year-old passer will see a raise on his 2026 deal, according to Jeremy Fowler, who reports his contract will carry $6 million in base value. It can max out to $9 million. This $6 million base represents Flacco's most lucrative contract since his 2016 Ravens extension. He has not played for more than $4.5 million since the Broncos ditched that deal in 2020. So, unsurprisingly, this latest agreement is a one-year pact, and it also rounds out to the most experienced quarterback rooms in the NFL history. Well experienced in terms of NFL years, not necessarily game reps. While Burrow and Flacco are seasoned starters, Josh Johnson, signed earlier in free agency, is known for his journeyman route. So Johnson will turn 40 in May. Flacco turned 41 earlier this year. So they got a room. They got a room over there, and they can all do
Yeah,
different things.
yeah, got an old room,
You
old
do.
quarterback room there.
Yeah,
So
he's learning. He's getting a lot of wisdom over there.
bunch of bunks over there with Burrow. So
Yeah,
but there is another piece of information. I don't know if you potentially skipped over this.
possibly.
Uh,
You know me.
it's we got to go to Dallas, where the Dallas Cowboys are making a move.
Mm,
So after agreeing to terms with Kobe Durant, the Cowboys are set to import another recent Rams cornerback. Darion Kendrick is joining the Cowboys on a one-year deal. NFL.com's Tom Pelissero reports. Splitting his time between Seattle and Los Angeles in 2025, Kendrick has 18 career starts and teamed with Durant across 3 seasons with the Rams. Durant agreed to a one-year, $4 million deal with the Cowboys, having not started a game since 2023. Kendrick is likely to come in south of that figure. This duo joins retooling Cowboys defense under new leader Christian Parker. Technically Super Bowl ring eligible after playing 10 Seahawks games in 2025. Kendrick landed on waivers 3 times last season. The Rams cut him in June before re-signing him soon after, and then moved on again upon trimming the roster to 53 players in August, leading to a Seahawks claim. Seattle, however, moved on in November. A Rams team struggling with corner health and consistency brought Kendrick back via a claim, but with LA adding Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson this month, Kendrick will join Durant in relocating. So he's a former 6th-round pick who played at Clemson and Georgia. Kendrick is heading into an age 26 season. He used the 2025 campaign to reestablish his health following a missed 2024. The 6-foot cover man suffered an ACL tear in July of 2024.
Well, always making a couple different moves, like you said. Just everything is kind of like trickle down at this point, and see how everything works out. So, but with that, I think that's all we had for today. We want to make sure you guys were updated and such, but we will be having, if you guys want to check, we got our mock draft up and ready, and we will be doing lots more of those as we get closer and closer to the draft. Maybe just trickling down some round 2, round 3, round 4, and discussing a lot more players, and we'll have a lot more fans and people we love to hang out with and do mock drafts with on the show. So with that being said, make sure that you follow Top Dog Coverage on all platforms. Top Dog Coverage. That's YouTube, X, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Make sure you swipe up on Apple and Spotify and topdogcoverage.com. Check out the website and also topdogcoverage@gmail.com. Let us know who your rivals are, and we shall discuss those on the show. But for your boy C-Dub and your boy Dirty over here, we are out. Peace.
So